So I'm going to read from my new collection, Loss. This is it. Each of the 20 sections in this book opens on a man enduring a white night. We become party to a fragmentary meditation on the city he sees from his window. We also learn of a dream figure alone and lost in a white landscape. Following that brief meditation on the city and images from the broken dream comes an unrhymed sonnet, where what might be called a dramatic voice gives us something of the man and of his history. After that, in a series of short, edgy lines, the voice addresses the man directly, and then comes a rhymed quatrain, which might be a gnomic reference to what preceded it, or might, I suppose, be something spoken by the man himself. A flight of stairs, a corridor, a room, a window. How things change moment to moment. How grey moves against grey, which is onset dusk, which is failing light. Reflections in the glass turn on and off, sheet lightning or power jolt or apnea. At 3 a.m., memory turns sour, which is small fears returning, which is dream feed, which is absence of prayer. This room now, papers and books, a long drift over tables, over chairs, to the floor. She said, "You'll find him here up to his arse in the tar pits of poetry. Find him lost in some landscape of the mind's perfect drear, salt marsh as moonscape, as snowscape, as white over white, which is limitless from skyline to skyline." She said, "There are ghosts here that crowd and jostle. They feed off silences and wait for nightfall. And I will turn cards to find what's left for him, what's left for me." With that, a shift in her womb, the unnamed child. Sometimes he lies down with these rejects. His finger bones ache. He imagines them blacked by a lifelong seepage of ink. Among the crosshatch of deletions, one line untouched. She said, "This comes not from the scar, but from the wound." She is the girl waiting at the crossroads about the dead hour of the night, in the face of fear's magic and whispers from the gibbet, ready to haul you down and hold you fast, no matter what ugliness you come to. She is your lost bride and the heart's failsafe. Full moon in midwinter stillness is death in abeyance, as blood slows and you are held in that pale light, frostfall and a caught breath. There is no true healing, not at the well of sorrows, not at the whipping post, not at the communion rail, Christ's firebreak, not in the hall of mirrors where you are set to rights, not in the basement bar where you sit down to a whiskey chain and fall and rise and fall back into a raw dawn light over high-rise slumland, whose people each new day go blind to daybreak, numb to the toxic wind. You know too well their turf war battle songs, their live by, die by graffiti. You know their stopless need. Somewhere far from this, a cloudburst hits the Clitterfield, A hawk rides the thunderhead. It is sure evidence of grace that stones glow in a tarnished light, that the sound of the sea pushes back against the sound of the rain, that she can bring you here with a gesture that sets you and stones and bird in the churn of the weather and the arc of the sublime. Prayers are raised against havoc and harm. Tyranny goes by another name. Word is sent from the sightless to the dumb. The storm horse gallops through the firestorm.